Hello and welcome to episode 70 of Comics with Stevey D. And this is bats, tin cans, and double cover faces. Interesting. Our first book is Nightwing number 47. And it is a beautiful painted cover by Patrick Zeitcher. And I just really think it's an outstanding cover with not only the paint but different faces and characters. It's really a well presented book. All right, my next book is another Batman book. This is Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, number 5B from 2021. Cover art by Giannis Milo No Giannis. That's a mouthful there. And it's the Martian Manhunter, and he's trying to figure out what's going on with Batman. He can go inside of people's heads and see what they're thinking, I think, is one of his skills. All right. Now, the next two books is The Iron Age from 1998, a two-issue story told in the perspective of Pepper Potts in issue 1. This one. And the other one is Happy Hogan in issue 2. And if you put their faces together, it makes an Iron Man face, which is kind of cool and not unique. It's been done before. I'll show you in a second. This was a great read. Book 1 tells the early days from Pepper Potts' perspective. Book 2 from Happy Hogan's. That's a little redundant. What I like is that these books have no ads. Books like this don't interrupt the storyline. Busiek takes you through the Iron Man early history from being captured by the evil warlord Wan Chu and building the first suit, to his parents' death, to Avengers farming, to building the first helicarrier for S.H.I.E.L.D., and to saving his company from a hostile takeover by villains, CEO and henchmen who had his parents killed and later became the company Roxxon. This was a great recap of the early days Iron Man history, and it's really that well done inside and out. Lots of text in these two books to cover all those topics, but like I said, when you put them together, it makes a face. And just to show you, DC did it too with the Huntress 1 and 2. And if you put them together, it makes a face. The closer together the eyes get, the more evil it looks. But, she's kind of a bad superhero. And you wouldn't believe it, Hidden Death, a Wonder Man 22 and 23. And if you put these two together, it makes another evil face. And the heroes are in crystal balls. But if you go like this, it gets real evil. All right. Now, I already reviewed Gotham Year 1. A crime detective noir. It was really a good storyline. DC did an excellent job on that. Well, now I have Iron Man noir. I found all 4 books, and it was fantastic. I read the first one and said, "Oh, this is pretty good." I read the second one. It got better. Stories just kept getting better and better and better. What's real interesting is when I found the Iron Man noir, on the back of it, I found Amazing Fantasy #1. You know how sometimes you put two books in one bag and board to protect them until you get another bag and board? Well, I did that and forgot about it. It was protected very well. But I wanted to show you some of these Iron Man interiors. Okay? This takes part in 1939, okay? And you got Iron Man, Jim Rhodes, Madam Mask, Zemo, Stuckner, all these evil villains. And Iron Man has a scribe that follows him around, and he's an adventurer. And Jarvis is a real person in this, not a computer. And they start out in one of his adventures. They're in a subterranean cavern with a pyramid with luminescent algae or whatever's growing, fungi growing all around it. And there's an explosion and they escape. But what's really interesting, they get blown out. That's a good shot, getting blown out of the pyramid when everything explodes. But what's really Marvel's a magazine of men's adventures, which I think is kind of ironic to have a magazine inside of a comic book. And those are the covers. And Pepper Potts gets hired to replace his scribe that dies. And back in them days, women didn't write, so she wrote under a pen name. Frank Finley. And it has that 1930s look with like costumes and stuff, and the way people dressed. And there's the 1939 Iron Man suit. And Tony Stark still got heart trouble. And there's Jarvis. He's like a technician, engineer. You know, he's always working on the suit. It's a whole different storyline than they have to put jumper cables to charge up Tony in the suit, which is really funny. So you see a mixture of modern technology and older technology. And like I said, the story just gets better and better and better right up to the end. So, with that concludes this episode of Comics with Stevey D. And I just want to say thanks for watching. And I'm really excited because in a couple of weeks I'm going to have a new granddaughter. And when she comes, I'll let you all know. And I'm excited and happy, and it's always wonderful when a new life comes into the world. Take care.